Yeah, so anyway, there's actually one thing I want to talk about, and I actually discovered this sometime at the beginning of spring break, and I thought it was an interesting subject to talk about, mainly because of the... It's just something, and by the way, it's something that has to do with this person, and I found it online, and I'm gonna keep that person, like, anonymous and stuff, because it's kind of a, like, it's something that I don't want it to be brung up and stuff. I want it to be completely ambiguous. I don't like to bring this kind of drama to my channel or anything. It's nothing that serious. It actually happened like last year or so, but it's just something I'm very interested in talking about, but it's just that I don't want to, I just don't want to really bring it up, you know? I just want to keep it anonymous, but basically just still talk about it because it's like, it's something that I feel like I need to talk about, if you know what I'm saying. Like, something that interests me, I would say. And it was actually a very interesting thing that kind of happened, but, you know, I just felt like it was done the wrong way, I would say. So, something like that. Oh, okay, now I got to paint those styles on it. Alright. So what happened was, I was online, like, reading something, and apparently there's this one person who was, I will say, who was either harassed, bullied, or basically like threatened, I would say. But like, you know, it was actually a pretty serious thing that kind of happened. So basically what happened was I kind of read it and stuff, and it was actually very interesting. And as a matter of fact, I actually had no idea that this stuff actually does happen, so I was actually surprised when I read it, you know? And so then what happened was, apparently, this person knew about the other person, but, I mean, like, knew that other person for quite some time. Oh, where is that? Oh, I see, it's at the bottom. Okay, so that's, like, later. Okay. Knew that person for quite a while, I would say. And even visited that person and seen that person in real life. Oh, okay. I thought these were those red inky guys, the elite inkies. Okay, so, and of course, due, like, to the, I would say, a faulty, like, a very flawed criminal justice system, and I would also say, add that this person, there was no way to have to prove that this person's actually done the harassing or the bullying, I would say, to that other person. Therefore, the authorities could not do anything about it because there was just no proof to actually file an arrest for that person. So, because of this, that other person was able to go separate ways away from that person. Oh, what is this? What does this do? Oh, it's back at the beginning. Huh. Oh, I get it. It's if there was still ink around and stuff, and if you want to, like, you know, get to safety, something like that. Oh, okay, I see. So, that person's definitely safe away from that person. However, the person that kind of did the criminal act is still out there, believe it or not, and of course, the other person's trying to stay as far away from that person because that person's actually kind of dangerous, but the problem is that because there's no proof to arrest that person, therefore that person is, you know, just out and about, like, nothing you can do about it, that kind of thing, which is really, like, unfortunate, I have to say. So, because of this, there was this, and this person has actually harmed another person as well. So that person that was actually harmed by that person actually got to know the other person that knew about this person. And therefore, they actually, like, you know, I would say is that because they were unable to report that person, therefore, they basically wrote about it in a separate blog, I would say, about that person, using that person's full name, by the way. You know, like, its name and that person's identity. Now, bear in mind, as you know, as you guys can tell, I've been referring to these guys as like persons and stuff, not saying their gender or pronouns or anything. Kind of similar to how I actually talked about this that YouTuber. You know, that YouTuber I actually talked about. If you guys want to know about this, it's from the video My YouTube Comment Adventure and also Rediscovering the YouTuber. I actually done the exact same thing while also cutting out that person's pronouns, I would say. So yeah, it's something like that. Anyway, let me first do this and I'll talk some more. The tube above me is in the, oh yeah, I already did this. I've already read it, but now I want to do it. So, okay, as what I was saying. So, because of this, like I said, the person posted on... Oh, wait, what is this? Does this go to the abyss, or is that the wrong way? You know what, I could go back. What? Oh, come on. Is there no end to Ink's nefariousness? Once again, they have flooded this ancient ground. Roll with caution until you can lower the ink. Alright. Is the time still going? Once the ink is gone, you can reach the gate. Oh, there's spikes. Okay, good. Oh, fuck, I'm not orange. Oh, wait. Yeah, because I gotta be cautious with this. Hold on. There we go. Oh shit! Paint is off. Okay, that's alright. Alright, fuck. I gotta do this first before I can, talk some more, so apologies. Oh god. Okay. Where is that other one? Oh, there it is! Oh, okay, hold on, I'm almost there. Okay, got it. Oh, stressful. I could go back, technically, so that doesn't matter. Anyway, so as what I was saying, like I said, the person, now as I was saying, that person, used the other person's identity in that blog and stuff. And honestly, I'm entirely against it, even if that person had done, a terrible, terrible thing to both that person and the other person. The main reason why, because this will create this kind of thing, it's basically, I don't know if this is the right term, but it's something similar to that. Anyway, but let me, should I go? Oh, fuck. I meant to do that. It's okay. I'm just trying to find a way if there's this challenge to drain the ink. Oh, I don't think there is yet. Alright. Okay, so, as what I was saying. So, it basically creates this thing called, mob justice, I would say, where instead of, that person being arrested by the authorities and, determining and, basically giving that person some protection, or protection in general, I would say. I'm trying to see, is that a turret over there? Hold on. Oh, never mind. Okay, oh, no, it's not. I'm sorry. So that person would be granted protection and stuff until by the time, in time for a court trial, I would say. So, yeah, and because of this, oh shit, I did not know that was ink. Come on. Oh god. There. Oh fuck. You know, I'll talk some more until I get off of this thing. I'm 75, so that's good. I had no idea that was actually ink right there. We can't get through this sector until we drop the ink level. There we go. We need you to break on through to the water pump. You'll be under heavy fire and any mistake will drop you down into the ink. I believe in you, Blob. Bring it home. Alright. Where to go? Oh, this way. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what he's saying. kind of slightly. Okay, so as I was saying, so I'm actually entirely against this thing called mob justice, or even I would say public shaming, like shaming that individual that has done this terrible crime. Like mainly because like I don't believe that heavy fire really. There was no fire at all. If you're talking about that one turret, I already took care of it. So that was like for nothing, you know? Not to say the challenge was for nothing, I'm just saying like, just mentioning that wasn't really needed. They keep trying to stop you, Blub, yet here you are. The streets around us are submerged under the ink. Power this water pump with 50 pearl pain points to right the wrong. Okay, but I need red. Okay. Okay. Oh fuck, come on. There we go. Purple, right? There we go. All clear. Alright. I don't want to do these. Alright, so that's it. I guess I gotta now like just explore and also find that paint engine. I mean the transformer engine. I think that's what it's called. So yeah, so I'm basically all I'm just gonna say is that I'm against like this form of like mob justice or even public humiliation or like public shaming in general. Even if that person has done the criminal act and therefore you could say deserve it, honestly I'm kind of against it because like one, it would cause like harassment to that individual to the point where it would just be like kind of misery in life. I mean like misery in life, and to the point where they may be suicidal and like kill themselves, I would say. I'm actually against this. Honestly, I prefer that individual to be like, go to a trial and then just be like arrested, go to trial, and then go to prison, basically. But nothing like this, I would say, because that is just like it's just not right. I would say I'm entirely against this kind of practice, even if you could say that person deserves it. I honestly just think there's like a better way to do this than that. Such as that, honestly, I feel like that individual should have just moved to a different area or move out of state, I would say, like, and to not be around the individual. Because the main reason why they kind of did this was because the person was still out there, therefore is very dangerous to that individual. Because like I said, that person has not been arrested yet. So because of that, that person had to do this kind of act. Now, I mean, like, I can understand why, and I honestly blame the criminal justice system for why this happened, and also, like, I don't know, I guess this is, like, this kind of human, like, kind of flaw, I would say, that, like, unfortunately just happened, so therefore, that's why the person did it. But I still think that that was, not a good thing to do. And frankly, if you were to do something kind of like that, then honestly, you are kind of a bad person in my book. Now, bad person as in, like, obviously if I just bullied some kid and stuff, that would actually make me a bad person. If I randomly assault someone for no reason, that would automatically make me a bad person. So therefore, because of that, it's just very, like, it's just one of those things that is not very right, like, in terms of society, I would say. Like, it just goes against anything in terms of morals, and I just realized I did this other challenge, not the one I wanted to do, which is this one, so I kind of fucked up in a way, and I skipped all the conversation of this guy. That's okay, it's not really, like, that big of a deal. Yeah, this is the one I already read, not the other one, so I apologize if I've done not the one I wanted to do, so my bad. There we go. That's where the engine is located. The door is almost open. Of course, I need as much points as possible, obviously. Oh, shit. Paint. Oh, orange. I realized they're orange, so there we go. Alright. There are inkies down here as well. Don't these guys ever give up? Get your game on, Blob. Let's clean out the Abyss. I love how it's called the Abyss. Kind of reminds me of Made in Abyss. I know it's like Abyss can mean other things, but I'm just saying, you know? Alright, now I need to be red. Killed them. I know I could just hit. Why is it there? I love how there's water flowing and yet the ink is still there. I thought that when water is added to the ink, it's automatically gone. I don't know. Let me first activate the engine. Maybe it'll purify the water. Yep, it purified the water. Yeah, so yeah, doing something like this makes you would make that person that did this a bad person in my book. You know, I mean, not to say that I would look down upon that person, but it's just that honestly, if I've ever met that person in real life, I would never honestly, I would never want to be that person's friend and stuff. I would obviously just do like basic conversations or just you know, what an average citizen would do. Usually daily stuff that I would get from other just average Joes out there and stuff when, you know, you're just going out to places and stuff. I'd obviously do these things to that person, but if that person wants me to be that person's friend, then I would honestly not do it unless that person censors out the other individual's identity and stuff. Then all of it can be forgiven. There's an inked counterattack coming, Blob. We're not going to lose the battle for the Abyss now. Biff is holding them off. Follow the marker flares back up there and join them. I just realized if you want to read this guy's conversation that I skipped, you could just slow down that video completely and then maybe you might be able to get some of the stuff, read some of the stuff that you weren't able to, that I wasn't able to read, you know? I don't know. Something like that. Oh, I want to do this. Heavy inkies at 12 o'clock, Blob. They're dropping down onto the squeducts. I don't know what that is. Excuse me. Get them up there and teach them to be scared of heights. Nothing's gonna stop us from transforming this abyss into an oasis. Alright, let's do it. So where are they? Oh, there they are. Another racer guy, wow. Alright, I want to do the next one, the racing. Where is it? It's somewhere up, right? Oh, there it is. Alright, so yeah. So, like I said, you know, if that person that did this were to censor out this individual's identity, then like I said, all is forgiven. But the thing is though, is that if the damage has been done to that other individual, say that person's been being harassed and bad stuff has been happening, or God forbid this person was assaulted or tortured or stuff, then that person that kind of revealed that person's identity and stuff for what that person did has to be charged and should face the consequences, even if including going to prison, I would say. We've got work to do up in the next sector, Blob. There's a way out of the abyss here. Take the Z jump and let's get up there double time. You know, because like I said, even if that person has done some bad things, what that other person did was completely unethical. Even if it was for that person's safety or you know, for whatever reason, like, I would say. It was actually, honestly, reading it felt kind of like more like vengeance, I would say, rather than like, you know, protection, I would say. So, like, you know, because that person was actually doing fine in the beginning, but decided to just, you know, write up that thing, you know? So I don't see how that, like, how that protected that person. It didn't. It just made things worse, I would say. So yeah, that's my view on this whole thing, is that I honestly really don't agree with what that person did, and I think should be, like, charged. If there was, like, significant damage to that individual. If not, if, like I said, if that person censored out this person's identity and nothing bad has ever happened to that person, then obviously, like, yeah, then there should be no charges whatsoever. Maybe I guess minor charges just to prevent other people from doing something similar like that, but I don't know. But obviously no prison time, definitely. Just like a fine or something like that, I don't know. Depends on how bad it is. I don't think that other individual has suffered anything. I hope not, and I mean, even if that person has done some horrendous things, I still don't want that person to, you know, suffer like this. Just have that person go to prison, that's all I ask. You know, so that kind of thing. So yeah, I guess that's basically it, you know, but, you know, like I said, I really don't like what that person has done, like, about the other person. You know, it's just not right, it's just wrong, you know? Because the thing is, though, is that, like I said, I'm a very moralistic person, and if there was one individual that caused severe harm to me and stuff, honestly, I wouldn't, like, make a blog or video or anything like that, because, like, you know, then I'm afraid that what would happen to that other individual would be, like, much worse. Like, what if that, because you have to remember that there are, like, just some, like, crazies out there, like, sickos in general. Even those that might have suffered the same thing that other person has suffered, like, you know, it could be that one chance where they could literally, like, kill the sort of individual and, like, you know, would not really feel bad about it, because like think about it. Obviously, it's wrong to kill anyone, but what if that person's like a known criminal? So it's kind of like something like you know, the I never watched this show, but it's that show called Dexter, where it's this, like, you know, crazy psycho that murders, like, you know, bad people. I would say they're obviously bad people, that kind of thing. They have ruined the archaeological ruins. This hollowed turf is now an industrial sector. Tear down their pumps and clean the waterways. The gate to the hanging gardens awaits. Nice. Anyway, so yeah. Basically, like, obviously, seeing the person brought to justice is definitely, like, a must and stuff, but it has to be in an ethical way. Because I'd rather have that person just... Because honestly, if it comes down to it, I'd rather have this person just be alive and, like, living and stuff. Even if, like if hypothetically I have no proof that this person has actually done something bad to me, then, like, call that person out and have that person suffer. Because like I said, all of what I would do is I would just move out of the area that person is located in, basically. Let's make this sector ours blog. Hit the Inked police station hard with 50 brown paint points. That will stop their reinforcements, leaving you free to mop up the survivors. They'll rue the day they desaturated Chroma City. Okay, brown, huh? What am I? Alright, so I am green, brown. There we go. Oh. There we go. Now I can take him out. And eat green. Huh. I think that might be the challenge, like killing these guys, but I don't know. Yellow. Ah. Whoa, purple. And orange. Purple? Okay, let's take out purple. Next, orange. Right? Okay, there we go. And I'll just kill them. Alright, let's go on to this. There are some hard hitters in this district. Artie can't operate until we clear the way for her. There are 3 turrets watching the streets and a heavy inky squad stationed at the gate. Take the Z-jump and get to work. Okay. So if there's turrets and stuff, then I need as much paint as I can, which fortunately should have done that before, but that's alright. What can you do? There we go. Take care of the turrets first, then I'll take care of maybe if there's a tank. Yeah, oh, there's probably a tank. He said heavy, so I think that's what it is. Oh. Oh, okay. There we go. Oh no, these are the heavies. Oh! Whoa! Fuck, that was close. Okay. Let's find the last one. Restock. There we go. Alright, where is it? There's one more. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm back where I started, so then I'll take the Z-jump again, and then everything will be good. Oh, there it is! Got it. Alright, yeah, so that's basically what I would basically do in real life. If there was an individual that was out there and stuff who has caused significant harm and stuff, I wouldn't do something like that. I'd just move to another area or another state. Because honestly, I'd feel a tremendous amount of guilt if I've heard that something awful has happened to that person. Oh, fuck. Oh man, that's cool. Okay, there it is. It's a good thing that thing was there. Alright, I want to do the prof challenge now. Alright. This ink power station is fueling all the machinery you see around you. 60 purple paint points will bring ink's heavy industry to a standstill. 60 purple paint points. What color am I? Oh, alright, okay. Oh, okay, there it is. I think we gotta purify the water now. Will it work? Let's find out. Oh wow, it does work. Nice. Alright, now let me see if there's anything else. Okay. But if it's the challenge is just to paint the boxes, maybe I could do that, but let me just look around for a sec. So yeah, like, you know, that's basically what I would do, like, just not do anything about this, and especially if said individual that actually, like, reveals the individual's identity, like, to a whole lot of people, like, such as, especially if that individual has a huge, like, you know, following and stuff, then that would be very, like, you know, disastrous, I would say. So all I'm saying to some of you guys is that if hypothetically you guys, one of you guys somehow like gets a huge following and stuff, and something similar happens, and something similar that what I said happens and stuff, like don't do it. Like don't reveal that person's identity and stuff. Try to report, like get through it through an ethical way, like through the law and stuff. And I understand that the law, that like there could be flaws and everything, but it's much better than what would happen to that person in the long run, like, because like I said, some ugly shit could happen, like, people out there could kill that person and wouldn't feel bad about it because they think it's like reasonable to do it, especially if that person has done some awful things and stuff, that kind of thing. So I guess that I'll probably leave it off from there, so yeah.